Shalom and good evening. This is TV7 Israel News, broadcasting to you from Jerusalem. And in today's top stories, Israel's Defense Minister Lieberman stresses that Israel has no desire or intention to initiate a military operation against Hamas in the Gaza Strip, but will not tolerate ongoing rocket fire towards its southern communities. Clashes are intensifying between government forces and rebels in the southern city of Deraa, not far from the border with Jordan, at a time when both sides seek to restart negotiations for a political solution today in Geneva. Hundreds of Christian families and students flee the northern Sinai Peninsula as the Islamic State hunts them down. In response to rocket fire by Palestinian Islamists in the Gaza Strip towards Israel's southern communities yesterday, Israeli Air Force jets targeted installations belonging to the Islamist Hamas organization, which controls the Palestinian enclave. Eyewitnesses in Gaza said the strikes hit Hamas military installations and noted that 4 people were reportedly injured. Hamas spokesman Fawzi Barhoum warned Israel that it bears responsibility for any escalation if it would continue to target Hamas positions.
العدو الإسرائيلي يريد أن يفجر الأوضاع في قطاع غزة وفرض معادلات جديدة على المقاومة وعلى أهلنا في القطاع. المقاومة الفلسطينية لديها موقف واضح وثابت أنها لا يمكن أن تسمح مطلقا بفرض أي معادلات جديدة أو تسمح للعدو الإسرائيلي أن يستمر في كسر إرادة شعبنا الفلسطيني من خلال استهداف الممتلكات والمنشآت ومواقع المقاومة، وبالتالي يتحمل المسؤولية الكاملة عن تدهور الأوضاع في قطاع غزة وتفجيرها مع المقاومة الفلسطينية هي حكومة الاحتلال الإسرائيلي التي يجب أن تتوقف عن ارتكاب أي حماقات جديدة بحق أهلنا في القطاع.
In a statement, the IDF emphasized that the airstrikes were in retaliation to the Palestinian rocket fire directed at the Jewish state yesterday morning, noting that Israel views the Islamist Hamas organization as solely responsible for any rocket fire emanating from the Gaza Strip, even though, according to Israeli military officials, it was apparent that Hamas did not fire the rocket. After the airstrikes, Israel's Defense Minister Lieberman said that while Jerusalem has no desire or intention to initiate any military move in the Gaza Strip, it will not tolerate even a drizzle of rocket fire.
אין לנו שום רצון, שום כוונה ליזום שום מהלך צבאי ברצועת עזה. אבל גם אין לנו שום כוונה לספוג טפטופים. אנחנו לא ניכנס לפינג פונג של ירי וירי כנגד. ואני מציע לחמאס לקחת אחריות, לעשות סדר ולהירגע.
Since the last war between Israel and Hamas in 2014, the internationally recognized terror group has observed a de facto ceasefire with the Jewish state, but small Muslim jihadist cells, most of whom affiliate themselves with the Islamic State, occasionally launched rockets towards Israel in a bid to draw Israel in destroying Hamas installations. When those attacks occur, Hamas usually orders its fighters to vacate potential targets from Israeli retaliation to avoid casualties. Now to the West Bank, where shots were fired last night near the Jewish settlement of Efrat at an IDF force on operational duty. According to the military, one Israeli soldier sustained very light injuries and was treated at the scene. IDF forces have launched a manhunt after the unknown assailant that managed to flee the scene after the attack. Now to Israel's northern neighbor, where clashes are intensifying between government forces and rebels in the southern city of Deraa, not far from the border with Jordan. The clashes between government forces and rebels intensified despite an announcement of a ceasefire last week ahead of peace efforts in Geneva, which were brokered by the United Nations. The Syrian opposition, which continues to lose ground in the war-torn country to both the government and Al-Qaeda-linked forces, urged Russia to pressure its allies in Damascus to engage in political negotiations, worried that gains made by forces loyal to President Bashar Assad would weaken their resolve for demanded compromise.
ونتبنى منها دعما حقيقيا وبناء وإيجابيا للعملية السياسية حتى نصل إلى الحل المنشود الذي نطلبه ونحلم به جميعا.
Meanwhile, Russian President Vladimir Putin declared the Moscow brokered talks on Syria, which were held in the Kazakh capital of Astana, are a key factor in jumpstarting the UN-led peace negotiation in Geneva today. At the first round of talks in Astana in January, Russia and Iran, allies of Syrian President Bashar al-Assad, and Turkey, an Assad opponent, reaffirmed a shaky ceasefire between insurgent and the Syrian government.
Я знаю, что казахстанская сторона сыграла очень положительную роль, и не только как хозяин, как организатор этого мероприятия, но и повлияла действительно на положительные результаты встреч в Астане, которые были организованы дважды. Эти переговоры завершились, причем завершились так, как с таким результатом, которого до сих пор никогда не было, а именно создан механизм контроля за прекращением огня. А это, собственно говоря, самое главное. Это самый главный фундамент, который дал возможность продолжить женевские переговоры.
As I mentioned before, the Astana ceasefire has repeatedly been violated, while the war with extreme Muslim groups such as the Islamic State, which are not included under the ceasefire, has raged on in a war that has claimed the lives of more than 500,000 people and caused the severest refugee crisis since World War II. Now to Israel's southwestern neighbor, where Christians who fled the Islamic State prosecution in the lawless northern Sinai Peninsula province of Arish are complaining of ambiguity over their displacement. Hundreds of Christian families and students have fled to Ismailia, the neighboring province, after 7 Christians were killed in Arish between January 30th and Thursday of last week.
تعرضنا لحالة من الرعب ما مرش بها بشر يمكن حتى بتاع سوريا ولا العراق. أنت قاعد في بيتك ومتوقع بين وقت للتاني حد يخبط ويقتلك. يذبحك يولع فيك. حاجة فوق الخيال، حاجة فوق الخيال. ما كناش ننام الأسبوع الأخير ده قبل ما نمشي ما كناش ننام.
The Wilayat Sinai group, which is the Islamic State in Egypt, circulated death lists online and on the streets, warning Christians to leave or die, while warning Muslims who ate Christians that they would kill them as well.
مهددين السواقين اللي ينقل واحد مسيحي من العريش ينقله بره العريش هيقتلوه هيضربوا العربية. دي حاجة صعبة قوي قوي، يعني يا ريت الموضوع ده يعني ناخد بالنا منه ويبقى في عملية منظمة.
The Islamic State, which is waging an insurgency in northern Sinai against the government of President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi, claimed responsibility for the murder of 7 Christians. One of the Christian victims was beheaded, while another was set on fire. President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi ordered the government to take all necessary measures to help resettle the displaced. Many families remain in Arish, according to church members, in fear of being targeted on the road out of the chaotic province that is just several kilometers away from Israel. Last week, the Islamic State released a video threatening Egypt's Christian community, vowing to escalate a campaign against them after the Muslim group bombed a chapel adjoining Cairo's St. Mark's Cathedral in December, killing 28 Christians. Thank you for joining us. You can also watch us at TV7israelnews.com or at TV7.fi. For any updates from Israel and the region, please visit our Facebook page at TV7 Israel News. For any comments, please send your emails to israelnews@tv7.fi. Keep praying for the peace of Israel and the peace of Jerusalem. I'm Yair Pinto. Have a good evening, and we will see you again tomorrow at the same time.
In order to donate to TV7 Israel News, please follow these simple steps. First, press the Donate logo, located at the bottom left side of TV7 Israel News Facebook page, or on the Donate tab at the head of the page. Then insert the amount you'd like to donate, and fill in your credit card information. Just like this. And press Review Donation and continue. After reviewing your donation details, please press Donate to finalize your donation. That's it! Your donation is now complete, and an email with your donation details has been sent to your email address. You can also print your donation receipt by pressing the link here. Thank you for supporting TV7 Israel News.